Hello and welcome to our yoga pose of the day. For today's pose, we are exploring corpse pose, or shavasana. Corpse pose is a pose that we hold within relaxation at the beginning or at the end of a practice. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to show you standing shavasana, but you'd actually be lying down. And then I'll show you the lying down version. It's just so you can notice the different points within the body before exploring it in a reclined position. So for the purposes of this tutorial, again, I'm just demonstrating standing so you can get that frontal view of shavasana and how it may look within your own body. And so imagine that I'm lying down on a mat, and you're going to begin to take the feet, we're going to let the feet flop to the side. So the heels are towards the corners of your mat. And what you're going to begin to do is roll the shoulders so the palms are coming up towards the sky, and we're spreading the hands. So the arms are coming away from the body. That just gives a little bit more space. The chin is parallel with the toes. And we're just melting. Again, letting the feet flop to the side. So this is a standing version or visual of shavasana, and I'm just going to show you in a reclined position, but it's just so you can see that cookie cutter like shape with the body a little bit clearer than if I'm in a reclined position. So as always, for our shavasana or corpse pose, you begin in a semi-supine where the knees are bent. This just allows the lower back to begin to climatize. And then I like to begin to cue to take one leg out, heel, and then the other heel towards the corners of the mat, letting the feet flop to the side. Making any adjustments with the shoulder blades. And then what we begin to do, taking the hands from the tops of the hips, and then beginning to take the arms out. Back of the hands in contact with the earth if that's comfortable. Spreading the fingers, just letting the palms be up towards the sky, making any adjustments with the back of the head, and finally settling in, maybe softening or closing the eyes, and this would be your corpse pose. And what I like to cue or remind students of as well is just the body's going to want to make minor adjustments as you come into that relaxation. So you might find that after a few rounds of breath, one of the feet goes, oh, actually, I'm going to fully relax. And that is corpse pose. So for the purpose of the practice, I'm going to invite you to begin to come onto your backs if you're not there already. Semi-supine to begin with, having the feet about hip-width apart. Now, if you are exploring any lower back issues, something that you could take instead of extending the legs is taking the knees towards each other, taking the feet as wide as your mat. You're making a bit of an A-frame pose. You can do the same actions with the arms for corpse, but again, if you're having any niggles in the lower back, taking that variation. So that aside, we can keep the knees bent or beginning to come in to your corpse or shavasana. So extending one leg and then the other, making any adjustments with the shoulder blades, back of the head, and then beginning to take the back of the hands to the earth or the mat. Softening the fingers, softening the jaw, making sure there's space between the teeth. And we're just going to take 5 or 7 rounds here. And what we'll begin to do is add some gentle movement to the fingers and the toes. Hands coming to the top of the hips and maybe beginning to bend one knee and then the other. And as you come out of your corpse or Shavasana pose, just taking any organic movement, always allowing a few moments to honor any cravings the body may have. And then in your own way, beginning to come back up to a seated position. And really taking our time. Some of us feel the urge to pop up. Just taking a moment. And beginning to take the hands together at the heart. And just bowing the head for a moment. And lifting the gaze. Thank you for exploring the corpse Shavasana pose with me today. I look forward to seeing you in our next pose.